Thank
Hey.
you for joining us. Okay, Swoogo's MCP server connects your event data directly into AI tools you already use. No exports, no engineering tickets, no data. We talked about MCPs for the forefront. Everybody's talking about this, Jessica. Now is the time to show it. Take it away.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and start talking through a couple things. But I'm Jessica Fields. I'm a VP of Engineering here at Swoogo. I'm so excited to show you what we've been working on, what we've released for this. We've been aiming to solve two problems. One is this classic data problem. How do we take all of this event data that we're collecting across all of our event portfolios and really surface that in a way that's useful for marketing and for ops, for proving ROI? And then two, the super exciting part of this is how do we bring AI into Swoogo and into our event tools in a way that genuinely creates value? So we really made kind of a deliberate choice here to solve both of these problems by building the Swoogo MCP server. So instead of just building AI into Swoogo directly, we built this bridge that brings Swoogo into the AI tools you're already using. And so we're also investing in AI native features inside Swoogo, but the MCP kind of gives you that optionality and it works with the tools that you're already using today. So in your AI workspaces, you're going to have access to that event data. You're going to have access to that Swoogo data. So today you'll see the Swoogo event data that I have in my account is flowing into Claude, which is the AI tool I'm using, but you can ask real questions in natural language about your events. And you can ask things like how many people registered, but you can also ask things like what's the impact? How do we do things differently next time? How are we mapping this to revenue? So these are all those deeper, more valuable insights that you're going to get from having access to your event data in these tools. So I want to go ahead and just start with a quick prompt and get it spinning because as we know, sometimes these take a couple of minutes to run, but I'll show what's happening here. I'm connected to the Swoogo MCP. Under the hood, it's using the API to pull deterministic data. So we know that this data is secure. We know that it's accurate. It's all of the Swoogo data that we're expecting to see. It's all of my event data. And then I'm really using the power of the LLM to do the analysis and to bring me this summary. So it's looking at these tools. It's finding the event. I specifically said, can you look at my Building in Swoogo Foundations event? It's part of a workshop series. I could have just said foundations. That's what's awesome about these tools. You're talking in natural language. You're doing this analysis. And you can see as it goes through and it gets the event information, it pulls the registrants, it's pulling sessions, it's pulling attendees, all of that awesome event data that you have in Swoogo, you're pulling that into your workspace. So what we can also see with these AI tools that's so great is that when you're in your own workspace, you're getting that contextual information as well. You have the organizational information, you have the layered information of doing this analysis. So let's say that I've been in this tool all day, I'm using, Claude or I'm using ChatGPT, I'm running reports, I'm prepping for my event. And I'm not switching back into Swoogo here. I'm just saying, can you give me this information because I'm trying to build some data or I'm trying to look at a dashboard here. And you can see it's already pulling up, this visualization, which is really nice as well, showing me about my registrations, giving me a status breakdown, showing me all my sessions, and then it's giving me like a little bit of analysis. And I didn't ask for too much here. I didn't drill into anything super specific, but obviously you can, and we're going to show a little bit of that too. One of my favorite things to do is look at the registration responses prior to an event or post-survey responses and to do a little analysis there. So in one of my events, I would love to see what kind of workflows people are interested in automating and break that down by industry. This is really helpful to figure out how to audience fit your content for your sessions. So I can go ahead and have it find this event, find this information, and then it's going to tell me a little bit more about what my registrants are interested in so that I can prepare this data. So it's going through and I used, Q3 workshop event. That's not super specific. So it's going to go try to find that. And it did. Building in Swoogo, advanced workflows. And so then it's going to pull that information directly from my Swoogo event. It's going to find the fields, it's going to find the workflows of interest and pull all of that information together. So again, as I mentioned, when you're using these tools, they take between 60 seconds, a few minutes, And we're really looking at a lot of data and we're looking at it live. And so we're always pulling fresh data. And I think that's a really nice benefit as well, is you get the fresh data combined with the context, combined with the power of the LLMs. So you can see that it's crunching through that. I don't want to spend too much time here. I have pulled that pre-report, so we'll let that spin and kind of want to show you here. I asked this question earlier just so you could see the results, but we're able to see people's favorite sessions broken down by industry, and we're able to see some more of that analysis data. So as these tools spin, you're going to get that information back in just a couple of minutes. One of the other questions that I love to ask or use these tools for, again, is kind of survey data. What was the sentiment about my event overall? What types of things should I change? What type of topics are my attendees asking me to cover at the next workshop? So that's something that I can ask as well. And I can pull that up here and just show a little bit of that information. So what topics are attendees asking us to cover at the next workshop? It's going to pull that information because we already have all the reg information from the event. So that's awesome, and it helps like spin that up a little bit quicker. And then you get this great breakdown of seeing advanced reporting, reports and dashboards, survey collection, and analysis. And so that's really interesting to me because, as we mentioned, one of the problems that we're trying to solve with the MCP and in general is data and surfacing data. And look at what the attendees are asking for. They're asking for this advanced reporting and survey collection and analysis and a better way to look at their data and to really pull meaningful insights out of it. So it kind of shows that just adding the MCP into your AI tools, you're going to get that data and you're going to solve that problem. All right. One of the other things that love to do here is kind of compound analysis. So there's a couple ways to do this. If I need to pull a report, I want to look at kind of cross-event reporting and portfolio. I can ask things like, generate an analysis of my workshop series and tell me what things went well and to show me that trajectory of this series. I ran that as well. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes, but just in a couple sentences, I'll share that prompt, run a full post-event analysis of this series, pull in all of this data. What should I do next time? What went well? And you're going to get all of your Swoogo event data that's pulled in a way that's really meaningful. Information about registration funnels, information about attendee sentiment quarter over quarter, session engagement signals, and then action items. So I think this is what's really, really useful. You're able to kind of generate this information in a way that works for you. It fits your workflows, and it also fits the things that you need to deliver to your team. So you can draft this information in a way that's meaningful to your CMO, but then also your content planner. And then the other compounded workflows that we like to use are pulling in your sales and marketing tools as well. So just like we have the Swoogo MCP connector that you can put in your AI workspace, you can also pull in those type of sales and marketing tools. And that's where you really start to get a full picture of your event data, of your pipeline. You can see the impact of your event and how it affects your marketing and sales pipeline and revenue, and really bring all of that information together. And I think that's really the power of having Swoogo in your AI tools and having your event data in your AI tools. You have all of this information in your workspace. And so it's great for, day of planning. You can check check-in stats and attendance rates. You can see, how your event's going, the flows, where people are moving to, but then you can also use it for planning, for analysis, and for prep. And so so I'm really excited about this tool, and I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to share this with you all. I hope this really resonates and gets you excited about the impact of AI tooling and data.
That was awesome, Jessica. A lot of questions about MCPs in the chat. Please do take on that. If you have any resources from Swoogo, you are at the forefront. We'd love to see that. So thank you for being with us and for this amazing demo.